Hello investors and traders, today I'll speak about 3 dividend stocks with a dividend yield more than 5% with a nice and cheap valuation right now. So let's start with the first one is Walgreen Boots Alliance, its ticker is WBA. So this stock is one of the premier healthcare dividend stock to buy now. WBA is an integrated healthcare pharmacy and retailer in the US, the United Kingdom, Germany and internationally. Let's check its fundamental parameters. We can see the gross margin is 21 and net margin at 3%, so it's not so high marginal company like Google, like Apple, but still it's a profitable company. Let's pay attention on the valuation. We can see here the P ratio 7 and PS only 0.25, so we can buy $1 of revenue of WBA for 25 cents. In my mind it's very cheap. Let's pay attention on the dividend. The dividend yield is now 5%. The payout ratio is 38, so the company has a nice potential to increase the dividend payment, and the 3-year dividend growth rate is about 3%, so it's also nice. Another nice point is the buyback of its shares. We can see that company performing buyback, so also it can be positive and a nice signal to buy the stock. Let's have a look on its chart. It's a monthly time frame. Yeah, so here since 2017, my mind it was using the Elliott waves. It was the first wave, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. I think it should be the third, because usually the third wave is the largest wave in the impulse. Also, by the way, it's some kind of a range here. So yeah, last 8 years we are trading at a range. So the fourth, and here most probably I think that fifth wave is finished. It's some kind of correction. So from this level, from this point, I'm personally expecting this stock to start to rise, to start to bounce from this support level. So I'm personally, I have a WB in my portfolio. I like dividends. So also the pharmacy, the grocery, all this industry, it's very attracting for me. And by the way, if you pay attention to the right side, the momentum indicator 42. So from this point of view, of course WB is now oversold. So why not? I think for a dividend investors, WB8 can be very nice option. Let's have a look on the second stock for today. It's Verizon. Its ticker is VZ. So if we will look on the chart, in my mind, in the weekly, no, it's monthly time frame, it was some kind of range, 61, 41, but now we broke this range and even got down. So let me see. No, I'm not sure we are going to the level of 30, but somewhere here it may be stop, because please pay attention on their sides, even lower than 30, so very oversold. Now this position, also the dividend is more than 7%, so such a dividend yield is very impressive. So that's why I'm thinking that from a technical point of view, it's not a bad point to buy the stock. Now, by the way, also now we are trading at a level so 2002. So why not at least start to watch this stock. As with WBA, Verizon benefits from being a major player in the very defensive industry over multiple decades. Owning a cellular phone, smartphone, and having access to wireless service has grown into something of a basic necessity for most consumers and businesses. With customer churn remaining low, Verizon is capable of delivering very predictable profit and the cash flow year out. In particular, Verizon has two organic growth opportunities that make it for their price to earning ratio of 7 looks extremely attractive. First, there is the steady rollout of 5G capable wireless infrastructure. Investing in 5G will be costly for Verizon, and upgrading its infrastructure to reach most Americans will take a few years. But given that it's been roughly a decade since the last round of wireless download speed upgrades, so 5G should entice businesses and consumers to trade in their older wireless devices and substantially increase their data consumption. This is all great news for a company whose wireless segment is driven by a high margin data consumption. The other element of intrigue for Verizon is its bulk investment in 5G band spectrum. In 2021, Verizon announced that it had spent nearly 53 billions to acquire C-band spectrum. This hefty investment should help the company offer 5G broadband service to 50 million households and 14 million businesses by mid-decade. Let's have a look on its fundamental parameters. Here we can see market cap of 158, dividend yield more than 7%, very nice. The payout is a little bit higher than WBA, it's 55, but still it's about half of its revenue. The company spend no payout like as dividend, but still I think there is a nice opportunity to raise this dividend. If we'll check the projections, the forecast, we can see that the EPS, its EPS was 5, yes, so it will be stable in the future 5 years. And regarding the revenue, it's 33, 35, 34 and 34, so also very stable company. And also, by the way, the dividend yield of this company very stable. We can see 5%, 4.2, 4, 5%. So yeah, it's very stable, very nice and predictable company. So in the quarterly basis, we can see that the revenue is very stable, and the net profit is 13%, 13, even last one quarter ago it was 15%, so very nice. I don't see any problems with dividend payment, and also PE ratio of 7, 8, it's very cheap. Let's move to the next stock for today is Intel. It's ticker INTC. So the chart here, the first wave, the second, the third, and now is in my mind it's the first way. Let's do this way. I think it will be more convenient for you. So the fourth way, I think it clear ABC move. Maybe it will be finished here, but I'm not sure. But because it can already finished, it can be finished here, because the RSI, all the monthly basis is 30, so it's already ever sold. But then if it will be finished here or here, I'm expecting the fifth wave. So the fifth wave, it's usually higher than the third. So in this case, we can see that we have a very nice potential. I think it can be at least 20%. So if you will buy now and wait, I don't know, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5, you will receive a nice dividend yield of 5% and huge, I think it's huge potential for growth in this company. And there is no sugarcoating the fact that chip makers like Intel are facing some very real headwinds, global supply chain constraints, some caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, historical high inflation, chip export restrictions to China, and weakening domestic and international economic growth are all reasons we have seen demand for semi-solutions taper off in recent months. But smart investors aren't buying Intel to hold for a few months. They are buying for the chips that are being put into play. And don't forget about the autonomous vehicle company Mobileye, which recently debuted via initial public offering. It was IPO of this company, I think a few weeks ago. Intel holds majority stake in Mobileye, which has consistently been its fastest growing operating segment. 38% year-over-year sales growth in September ended quarter. I remind you that I have a lot of videos about dividend stocks, stock markets, fundamental and technical analysis, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Let's check the financials of Intel. We can see, let's do it annually. So yeah, the EPS this year will fall related in comparison to the previous year, but then it will show us a nice growth. And also let me check the revenue. Yeah, in 21 it was 73. This year expected to be 63, but then it expected to be very stable. The dividend, let me check. Yeah, the dividend yield is it was very much less the last years, but now it's the now dividend yield is more than 5%. Yeah, so it's very nice. The payout ratio even less than 50. Market cap is 117, and also if we look, yeah, it was stable in the annual basis, the revenue, the net margin, but now quarterly we see it's not so stable. The second quarter of this year, it was the company even showed a loss, so it's not so good. It's not good at all, but still the revenue is in a good level. The marginality, yeah, it was 20%, 40%. Now last quarter is only 6-7%. Of course it's not a lot, but anyway 5% of dividend yield, P ratio of 8. So Intel is the last stock that I'm buying now. So there were 3 stocks with a dividend yield more than 5% for this month. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to my channel, and see you on the next time. Bye.